Okay, in this video, we're going to take a look at final assembly of all the pieces in your mint box. You should have your laser cut pieces. You should have your frame or your box, mint box, your lights that are going to be a part of the final piece, and then some tools are going to be a hot glue gun and some wood glue. And so the first thing you'll want to do is take that string of fairy lights, and I've wound them up sort of over back on each other, and then wound them like this so that they can create more or less lighting for the top and somewhat of the sides of the frame. Now, depending on the artwork that you're doing, you may choose to maybe light the whole perimeter of the mint box. It just depends on what your scenery is and how you want the lighting to affect that. So you'll have this ready to go like that. There may be a little plastic tab here that you have to remove to get the battery to have contact so that it actually works. And then you're ready for assembly. So one of the things that you'll see here for the frame, there are these small little pieces here that we'll use to put on the back of your farthest layer. And the reason you want to have a little bit of a cushion like that is because this wiring, some of it's going to stick out into the back of the mint box, and so it needs room. So by gluing some of these support pieces to the back of your farthest layer, you've given room for the wiring to be able to fit. All right, so my pieces here are unpainted. Of course, depending on your artwork, you may have already taken the time ahead of this stage to paint all the pieces that you needed to. Okay, so we're going to take a moment to go ahead and glue everything together. So as your wood pieces are drying, you can take a moment to install the lights into the box. And so what I do is I just go to the back, I bring it through the front here this way. And since this is going to eventually be like this, I'm going to actually glue these in after I've put the wood in. So I just want to have them ready to go. So I'm going to go to the back. I'm going to figure out a good place to put this. Now keep in mind, there is a front and a back to this. We want to have the front available so that when batteries run out, we can actually come back and put batteries back in. So we want to leave the front part is, you can tell the door, so this hinge to the door is right there. So we just want to make sure that's visible. And we want to install it somewhere where the switch is going to be easy to get to. So this being the switch to turn it on. So I'm just going to do it like that, I think. All right. So I'll take some hot glue, I'll apply it to the back of this, and then I will press on and hold for about 5 or 6 seconds till that glue dries. And then the other thing I can do is I can take this folded wire, and I can do a couple things. I could either try to get it all into the back this way as much as possible. Because I've made room for it here in the back of this wood, I do have the ability to kind of sneak it all in back here. And then the other thing I could do is I could glue it to the back of the case as well. It's kind of up to you, and you'll figure it out when you kind of get going there. But okay, so this is ready to go like this. Once the wood is dry, I'll bring everything all together. The other thing I can do while I'm waiting for the wood to dry is get my frame up here. So with enough hot glue around the perimeter, I could even put hot glue here first, and then I can line it up and get it nice and secure. Okay, this is we're nearing the final step here. So we've got the front frame glued on, we've got the lights ready to go, and we've got our wood pieces drying. Okay, so I'm going to take a moment, I'm going to push these in here. So you can take the time to hot glue this wood into the back. Just glue those support pieces with hot glue and push them to the back. I'm not going to do that in this case, but just for sake of stability, you can choose to do that. And now you have your lights in here, and you're just going to put a dab of hot glue there, maybe a dab of hot glue at the top, and a dab of hot glue off to the side. And then once you're ready and dry, your mint box is done. So it should look something like that. Okay, and that's all there is to assembly.